Are you occupying the right mental real estate? Today on the Landlord Coach Daily-ish Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Landlord Coach Daily-ish Show, a show designed for you, for those of you who are looking to be more time wealthy, to have more white space on your calendar, whether you're a business owner or whether you're just a, sit-at-home kind of guy. The whole point is to make it so you have more time on your calendar, more freedom, more white space to do the things that you want. Define your life by life output and not by income generation. But take some money, right? Money shouldn't matter to a point, but you definitely should be spending it more on the things that excite you, the things that you want to do. In the book, The Time Wealthy Investor 2.0, which is this, how rude, this rag right here, The Time Wealthy Investor 2.0, we talk about something called anticipated joy. And that's the things that excite you, and to remind yourself of the things that you really enjoy doing, the things that you really want to do. So if you'd like to get a free copy of that book, you can head over to landlordcoach.com/videos and fill out the information. It's $8. I just ask you to pay for shipping, and I will get that in your hot little hands in the next couple of days. So today what we're already talking about is, are you occupying the right mental real estate? Well, what am I talking about when I'm saying mental real estate? Well, if you look at the show notes, that we all are in the real estate business in some way. I got thinking about it. I was on a couple of different coaching calls this morning, and it reminded me of a story recently, and I'm gonna change the names to protect the innocent, but it was one of these situations where this one person has done a really, really good job of branding, and they branded themselves specifically in the real estate business, and they gave themselves a really cool moniker, which is easy to identify. Everybody knows what it is that they do, and it was really I don't know exactly what it is that they do, but I can tell you it's real estate related. So if somebody were interested in buying or renting or selling or something, that this person has done a really good job of branding and occupying the mental real estate of someone else. So listen to what I'm saying. They've done a really good job of occupying the mental real estate of someone else. So I have friends who are in the insurance business, and they have done such a great job of occupying the mental real estate of my own mental real estate, that when I think of someone that needs insurance, right, there are certain people I think of for business insurance. There's certain people I think of for personal lines. There's certain people who I think of for whole life insurance policies, right? And different things. They've done such a great job because they've branded themselves, and their personal brand is really everything around that. Now, I have been in the real estate business for so long that if it ever became illegal, I'd have to become a criminal, right? Because it's just, now there are certain things inside the real estate business. So do I do all things real estate? No, I'm very specific to buy and hold investing, thus the moniker behind me. But do I know other stuff related to real estate? Sure. Have I bought real estate using different methods of financing? Sure. Have I done that? Absolutely. So have I done a good job of occupying my friends and my family and my listeners in terms of the mental real estate, in terms of what it is that I do? Have I done a good job? I think I have. Now, let me ask you this. If I suddenly came on this show, right, and I started pitching we're not going to talk about real estate so much. And realistically, I really do talk more about business stuff because I've done so much across so many different industries that I think most of it applies to lots of different things, not just in real estate, but in business in general. In fact, many of my inner coaching students, they don't really have much interest in real estate, if at all, but because I have such a varied interest in many industries, in banking and accounting and hospitality and real estate, that it translates well to their different industries. So the interesting thing, though, is that if I were to come on here and start pitching, let's let's pick on the now defunct Mona V, right? That fancy grape juice that you spent like $45 a bottle on, depending on your upline, right? You might remember that MLM way back. Well, it was interesting because when people were doing the MLM, when people were involved in that, I'm thinking they wanted to invite me to, a barbecue or over to their house for some thing. And I had assumed that they were inviting me over either just for a get together, which was what I really thought. I didn't think I was going to be pitched on anything. But sometimes I thought, well, hey, they're a real estate person, or they're an insurance person, or they're, so something in their industry. And I wasn't expecting to be sold cases of expensive grape juice. I get it. It was the acai berry, whatever. But I'm just saying whatever it was. So when I show up and all of a sudden it's this thing about Mona V and about whatever, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this does not compute. My brain was short-circuiting because they had occupied the mental real estate of my insurance person or my carpet cleaning person or the person that I go to when I needed my car fixed. Right? They occupied certain mental real estate of, that I had. They occupied my mental real estate for that industry. So when all of a sudden they started showing up, doing this other thing, it like kind of short-circuited my brain. Now, I'm not saying you can't shift gears. I'm not saying you can't take on other opportunities. But I think you have to be careful when you're doing it because it really soured the brand for that person. Like, well, now do I go to them to get my car fixed anymore? Do I go to them to get my window glass? Do I go to them for my carpet cleaning anymore? Is that what they're doing anymore? And it was really interesting when that person who I was talking about before, who really did a great job of branding and branded themselves really well in the real estate industry, they were showing this video of, I don't even know. I really don't even know what it was. I really am not even 100% sure. I think it was maybe some supplement or something that they were pitching. And I was like, what are they actually? It was so bizarre and it was so out of context. I watched it, but I was like, I was no more inclined to buy it. In fact, I was less inclined to buy it because I didn't trust it because they were not congruent with the way that I knew them. So I think if you're going to establish a personal brand, I think you've got to be a little careful with how you start launching other things. And maybe they did do a ramp up to say, hey, over the next 30 days, I'm going to be changing over things. But no, they're still doing their real estate. They're still doing all the things that they do. And now they're adding this other thing on for some $11 box of supplements that's somehow going to change, change their world in some way. I don't know. It was very, very odd. It was just a very, very strange thing to do. And I thought about this in terms of, the number of people who have different businesses in their circle. And, so I'm going to use the real estate analogy here for just a second, but let's say in the real estate space, again, I've used this story before where if I have a rental business and I'm also buying properties and I'm also selling properties or I'm fixing and flipping them, those are three different businesses. Even though the acquisition business, you're like, well, the acquisition business feeds the rental business and the fix and flip business. I get that, but it's still a third business because the marketing channel is different. It's a different conversation and it's a different marketing channel for the people that are going to sell me properties than the people that I'm going to either sell them to, if it's a fix and flip opportunity, or the people that I'm going to rent them to if it's a buy and hold opportunity, right? So I treat it like a different business. It's a different marketing channel. It's a different sales conversation. It's a different operation altogether. Even though they're similar, they are still different. And the accounting, even though the accounting function is similar, it's not the same. So this is why I treat those things as three separate businesses. And I make sure I do a really good job. I mean, I have 7 different businesses that I'm involved in, but I'm really careful to make sure that I don't put that all out there in terms of what it is all I'm involved in. Why? Because it would be confusing. I would dilute one brand at the expense of another. And then all of a sudden, my people are confused. They're not going to want to buy. They're not really sure what I'm doing anymore. Because I've got so many things going on. And in sales, if you haven't ever heard this, the confused mind will always say no, because that's what's safe. So if they don't know what it is that you're selling, or they don't know what it is you're doing from moment to moment, and you've tried this MLM over here and you've tried that business over there, and you've done a month of this and 3 weeks of that and 2 weeks of this, and oh wait, this next week it's going to be a different idea. It's going to be very confusing to establish that personal brand where people are going to go to you for whatever it is that you're trying to sell. So I don't know. I was really taken back by that person. I'm not trying to dime this person out. They may actually even watch this, but I was just really shocked because I was like, man, they did such a great job of, they had the color schemes and everything in terms around their personal brand for their real estate business. And then all of a sudden they took this left turn, which was completely just was not congruent in any way with what they were currently doing. So when you're occupying the right mental real estate of the individual, you own that mental real estate of people. So that's something to consider. Anyway, that is all I have for today. And I've got some really quick. I want to just, I changed the name to this, the Time Wealthy VIP Lounge. So if you are interested in joining the discussion and joining the conversation, it's not necessarily real estate specific. There's people in there who are in the insurance business, who are gym owners. There are other coaches in there. So really good conversation. If you'd like to join the discussion at the Time Wealthy VIP Lounge. And the link is in the show notes, so feel free to join us there. And finally, you can go over and once again, if you'd like to get a copy of the Time Wealthy Investor 2.0 for free, just pay for shipping. It's $8, and you can head over to landlordcoach.com/videos. And that is all I have for today, folks. I hope you are having a great rest of your day. And please be sure to place a value on your free time, because if you don't, someone else will. But most important, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant. Have an awesome day. I'll see you guys next time.